Hello, everyone. Oh my gosh, it's almost the end of the day. So how much do you know about vast space? Have you ever heard of vast space? Raise your hand if you've ever heard of us. Nothing? Okay, good. All right. So what I'm going to do then, I'm going to stick to my script pretty closely so that you get all the information at the same time. My name is Beth Dean Pope, and I'm the Vice President of Commercial and Corporate Partnerships for Vast Space. And let me just get to our video. This is going to tell you a lot about who we are. Yes? Good. This will tell you a lot about who we are from the mouths of our C-suite and our astronauts.
We're at a point in history where we have never seen this much investment and activity in human spaceflight ever. We're on a trajectory that puts humans in space permanently.
The next big thing in space isn't just getting there. It's learning how to stay. With the International Space Station due to be retired in 2030, we believe it is up to us to solve for this future. That means building dedicated space stations for private and government astronauts, expanding access to low Earth orbit, and pushing even further, building human habitats for Mars.
It is very important, not just for the future of humanity, but the future of Earth, that we do our best to preserve it. Part of that story is actually getting humans off of Earth in a meaningful, long-term way.
No one has ever built a commercial space station. That changes with Haven 1. America's next space station and the world's first commercial space station.
It's hard to imagine how different this is going to be from the experience right now at the International Space Station.
In 2026, a crew of 4 will visit Haven 1 for 2 weeks, launching and docking aboard the proven SpaceX Dragon spacecraft.
It's important for humanity to get out into the stars. I think this is good not only economically, but just good for the human spirit. Humans need a frontier and something to explore.
We will be pioneering in-space manufacturing, unlocking new industries only possible in microgravity. Our unique strength lies in our strategy, building fast and keeping costs low with an unwavering focus on human safety.
We know we can do it, and we're doing it in an unprecedented time, probably 5 times faster and 5 times lower cost than anyone else has built a space station module.
Right now, there are nearly 1,000 experts at VAST who are designing, building, and preparing for Haven 1's first crewed mission in 2026.
We're doing something historic. This will be the first commercial space station. This is going to be a very big leap for humanity.
The timeline is definitely ambitious, but it should be ambitious. It must be ambitious.
There is no doubt in my mind that we are going to do this.
Join us in pioneering the next giant leap for humanity.
Yep. So it's pretty bold. It's a pretty bold initiative that we're taking on to design and launch the next generation of space stations, ensuring that humanity not only survives, but thrives in space. VAST was founded in 2021 by Jed McCallum. He's an entrepreneur and a billionaire located in Long Beach, California, with a single vision: to pioneer long-term living in space. We're not just extending access to space, we're laying the foundation for a thriving human presence off Earth. This means designing space stations for sustainability, for comfort, and productivity. Our focus for this decade is to win NASA's commercial LEO destinations, or what's often, or you may have heard referred to as CLD contracts. This would make us one of the selected providers for the successor to the International Space Station. Our approach emphasizes speed, safety, affordability, deep integration of science capabilities to outpace our competition. To win, we need to prove that we're ready to do so. So we're launching Haven 1. This is the world's first commercial space station. Currently scheduled to launch no early than May of 2026, so a little bit less than 12 months from now. And this is a major demonstration of what a commercial orbital platform can be, focused on research, focused on manufacturing, and focused on human spaceflight. Our journey begins with Haven Demo, and Haven Demo will launch later this year. And it's really, we're utilizing that to test the critical technologies that we will have in orbit. And this will lead us to Haven 1, which you'll see, and then Haven 2. And then eventually, by 2035, our own artificial gravity station. It kind of shows that we have the ability to scale quickly and efficiently to the next generation of what those space stations will look like. This is the inside of Haven 1. You can see every detail has been considered. And if you look at the existing ISS, you can see that it looks vastly different. It's designed for function. It's designed for comfort. From the private crew quarters to the common area, to the domed window, to the space lab itself, this all shows what the future of space stations will look like. So right now we are aligned with SpaceX. We'll be launching Haven 1 utilizing the Falcon rocket. And then we'll be launching our crewed missions utilizing the Dragon capsule shortly following that launch of Haven 1 in 2026. What's really interesting is we'll actually be featuring Starlink. Oh, 1 minute. Starlink on board, which will be the first time that it will be actually on a commercial space station. It's a full scientific platform. This is what's really amazing. We are using ISS Express Rack compatibility, built to actually be also able to have a commercial product return is built into this mission program as well. Excellent. Between 2026 and 2028, we're planning 4 private crewed missions on Haven 1, each lasting about 2 weeks. And this is in addition to our participation with NASA and on their own astronaut missions as well. These flights will demonstrate our readiness and offer new opportunities for human research in space. What really does make this possible is our people. We've taken the best of the best from the entire industry, brought them together, and in-house we're building 90% of Haven 1, all inside our headquarters. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to listen today. I hope you learned something a little bit about the next commercial space station. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Beth. Thank you. All right, let's move on to our second picture, and I'm calling Barbara Belvisi. She's CEO of Interstellar Lab. Thank you for welcoming Barbara. A warm welcome for her. The floor is yours.
Bonjour, hello, hi everybody. I'm going to do it in English so everybody can understand. So my name is Barbara. I'm the founder and CEO at Interstellar Lab. And at Interstellar Lab, we care about the Earth, space, and our job is to bring plants, so biospheric, recreate biospheric environment in space. what we built. So we've been around since 2018. I started the company in 2018 in California, then opened the French subsidiary in 2020 in France. Currently, we're a team around of 40 people, raised 15 million from private investors. And what we've been focusing on for the past few years is to develop and operate AI control farming system. So what you can see in the picture is myself in a very nice suit, but apart from that, what you can see is what we call biopod. So this one especially is located southeast of Paris, so you will have to go around Paris from the Bourget to be able to see it, and it's our model 1. So it sits on a stainless steel structure. It's 15 meter long, 7 meter tall, and 6 meter wide. It's actually much larger than what you can imagine. It's kind of a small, capsule. This one is designed for Earth application, and we're using it with our terrestrial customer, but it will be adapted for lunar and Mars environments. Inside the structural shell, there is all the atmospheric, hydraulic, and controlling system that recreate inside the bubble the inflatable structure that you have on top, the ideal conditions so plants can grow. Our market here on Earth is mostly with cosmetic and botanicals companies, so companies that need plants, and we grow them in our system. We grow them much faster. And on the space program, I will dive in a little bit more. But so the biopods are completely controlled by an AI. We have multiple AI agents, and then you have a core central AI that recreate the conditions based on what it can see with the different cameras that we have inside the system. We're a team of actually 40 engineers, scientists, and builders coming from a lot of awesome companies. Half of the company is engineering. Mechanical, physics, system, material, and a lot of automation, because at the core technology that we are developing is really automated life support system. If you want to, I want to phrase it this way, but it's how you can control autonomously the condition inside a structure. This is what we are good at doing. And then a quarter of the company are plant scientists and botanists, and the other quarter is communication, operation. That's who we are. And so so most people focus on human, and we are bringing the plants and the biospheric ecosystem, the insect, the mushrooms, and to trying to recreate Earth-like environment on low Earth orbit on the Moon and Mars. So we've been building a lot of different biopods. You don't see it in the picture. It looks small. It's the smallest picture, but it's a larger system. It's much larger. It's actually pretty much the size of this overall stadium. I don't know, court. The one that you have in the middle is an adaptation of our system so it can meet NASA requirements. 3 years ago, NASA launched appel d'offres competition for a company to be able to develop food production system that will be integrated in the space station to be able to grow different type of plants to feed the astronauts. So we built 2 prototypes for NASA, got the funding to do it, and it looks like it's a combination of 9 microwaves, so double mid-deck locker. Each of the different cube has a different climate. They all talk to each other. We do gas exchange, O2, CO2, and water, and everything is controlled by an intelligence. So we reduce astronaut crew time in low Earth orbit when it comes to operating and doing the research in the system. Then we also developed this, what you can see in this picture is a prototype for a specific mission that is called Mission Little Prince, where we want to grow roses on the moon. But I'll explain a little bit more about that. So successful integration. On Earth, our system is considerably accelerating the plant growth and the production of specific molecule. So we use the control environment. We play with the humidity, the temperature, the lighting, the water stress, and the nutrient solution. So we accelerate the cycle. So a plant that will only flower once a year on Earth, in our system, it can reflower 2 to 3 times. So it means we can produce much more, which is interesting for our customer. And also we can play with the different conditions, so we can make sure the plant grow what our customers want. Meaning if you want more vitamin C in a specific plant because you want to fulfill vitamin C need, then by doing a certain set of operation inside our structure, we will accelerate the production of those molecules. So the figures that you see here of those 6 plants, actually we did on 47 different species, so they're pretty astonishing compared to what you usually find in traditional agriculture. We're young, but we became commercial last year. So with the first contract, only #1 companies. So with Robertet, which is the #1 world leader company for natural ingredients. We're growing specific plants for them in our system. We work very closely with L'Oréal. There was a big announcement last week about our partnership, and there is another one to come next week with Firmenich and NASA, who really liked our system because we are really thinking about how can we automate more to recreate a controlled environment system without using of too much human intervention. And that's mostly on Earth, what I've been sharing with you. So we did 1.9 million in revenue. And this year we started signing integration agreements with a private space company. The company, we're very excited about the partnership, was just presenting before. It's VAST. So as you understood from the previous presentation, VAST Haven 1 is going to fly starting May 2026, orbiting around the Earth for 3 years. And we developed, we modify our system so it can fit the requirement to be inside the Haven 1 lab. So we're going to have 4 missions orbiting around the Earth for 3 years, starting in 2026. Then we signed an agreement with Astrolab Venturi. You probably have seen the Venturi booth over there. And so we integrated in our system inside the rover for a future lunar and Mars mission. And so there's going to be a greenhouse on the moon and on Mars. So it's going to be, one step at a time, a small greenhouse, a larger one. And then we also have agreement with Axiom and Voyager. We don't have flights, date flights yet, but the same principle, we integrate our system inside their module to provide research and food production capabilities for space exploration. I will finish on a poetic note, which is a unique mission that we design ourselves at Interstellar. So we signed an agreement with La Fondation Antoine de Saint-Exupéry, and we're working very closely with them to bring the Little Prince Rose on low Earth orbit on the Moon and Mars. And so we hope we will be able to fly the Rose on the next VAST mission. But it's already scheduled to be on the Moon in 2027, and we're planning on bringing it to Mars after. And the idea is really to have a very cultural and emotional mission. It's not only, it's challenging. Roses are hard to grow, they're hard to make flower, especially in space. So it's not only the scientific and engineering challenges about this mission, but it's really a mission to inspire. Because The Little Prince is the most read book on the planet after the Bible and the Quran. And so we're trying to bring something universal that everybody can relate to. And, just by looking up to the stars and looking and thinking, then there is a rose growing somewhere. Voilà. Thank you so much.
And thank you to you for a very dynamic, interesting presentation, Barbara. Thank you very much. All right, our next speaker and startup pitcher is Raphaël Chevrier, Head of Public Relations for Maya Space, just in time before the F-35 demo. Please come and join me, Raphaël. Please welcome him. Thank you.
Hi everybody, so I'm Raphaël Chevrier. I'm very pleased to present Maya Space for this very short presentation. But some images being worth 1,000 words, I would like to start with a very short video on where we stand in the development of the first reusable launcher in Europe. So as you saw, we target a first flight from French Guiana in 2026. So it means that we are facing basically two main challenges. First, reduce the development time by a factor of 2 in order to enter faster the satellite market and to recoup faster our investment. The second big challenge that we face is to be competitive on the market and to be as competitive as a heavy launcher in terms of price per kilo deployed in space. And this is why we target to divide by a factor of 3 all the launch costs of our services. How do we do this? Well, we are very confident to achieve these challenges thanks to our hybrid identity. We are structured as a startup and we implement new, agile, iterative and test and learn development approach. We design prototypes early, we test them, we learn, we iterate, and we increase progressively the representativeness of the launcher that way. But we do not pretend to reinvent the wheel, and on a very pragmatic approach, we leverage the existing European space expertise, and especially that of our mother company, ArianeGroup, that especially for the Prometheus engine, which will equip both stages of the launchers. It's currently being developed by ArianeGroup since 2015, and we purchase to them the Prometheus engine at commercial conditions. This very pragmatic approach also is highlighted on the industrial footprint of our project. We are based in France, in Normandy, in Île-de-France, but the project Maya is actually truly European. We have about half of our industrial partners that are non-French inside Europe, and about 40% of the costs of the launcher will be generated outside of France, but in Europe. And I wanted to finish this presentation with pictures of the team. They come from various backgrounds, juniors, seniors, from historical space industry, new space, non-space industry. And I strongly believe we are almost 300 people working for Maya project right now. And I strongly believe that the team is the best asset for Maya Space to succeed on the long run. I thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you so much, Raphaël. You had 2 minutes left, you know that?
Yes, but I want to be quick.
Excellent. You know what? Let's take a short break because in 5 minutes the F-35 is going to start the demo in the sky of Le Bourget. So, you know, for you to admire the demonstration. And in any case, we can't hear anything when he's flying. So let's get back here in 10 minutes or so for our 2 last picture. Thank you very much.